What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into NYJ today. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the second video in the training camp battles series. We're going to be taking a close look at cornerback Blasan Austin, who is entering his third year in the NFL with the New York Jets. And we're also going to be taking a look at fifth-round draft pick out of Pitt, Jamison Pinnock. Both of these players are going to be competing for an outside cornerback spot on this defense. Who's going to win the battle? We're going to talk about that starting right now. Let's get after it. Before we get into the video, I just want to ask you if you could please jet up the like button on this video. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are giving away a free signed Wayne Chrebet mini helmet. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give this away. Give yourself a shot at the prize. And again, support the channel. It would mean a great deal to us, and we thank you for all of that support. This might be one of the least talked about topics leading up to training camp, and I'm not really sure why, because I feel like this is going to be a very, very tight battle leading all the way up to the regular season. I don't think that the Jets know who their two starting outside cornerbacks are going to be right now. I think that Bryce Hall, the fifth-round draft pick in the 2020 draft, absolutely is, I think, penciled in right now. I think he's going to be a starter on the outside. He performed very well last year, and I think that he fits the scheme. He has very good athleticism, length, size, and again, he shows the ability to become a good, solid starting cornerback on the outside. After that, it's kind of up in the air, and I feel like we don't really know what's going to happen. And so right now, in my mind, the other outside cornerback position is up for competition. I think Blasan Austin is in the mix, 25-year-old cornerback, entering his third year out of Rutgers. I think this guy has a chance to compete with Jamison Pinnock, fifth-round pick out of Pittsburgh. Both of these guys are outside cornerbacks. Neither one of them are going to be taking reps at the slot cornerback position, so they are outside cornerbacks through and through. And I think the question now to really kick off this video is, what are some of the advantages that Blasan Austin has over Jamison Pinnock, and then vice versa? What advantages does Jamison Pinnock have over Blasan Austin as we head towards this training camp battle?
Round one, fight.
To start, we're going to talk about Blasan Austin. So right off the bat, he has 2 years of playing experience in the National Football League. Although this is a completely different regime, I think that matters. I think having playing experience in the NFL does give him a distinct advantage over Jamison Pinnock. I think the other thing that we have to keep in mind here is that Blasan Austin, although he's not like a freakish, speed cornerback, not necessarily known for having great agility and, being able to turn his hips and things like that. But Blasan Austin probably does those things a little bit better. He's a little bit more athletic than Jamison Pinnock, so that's a little bit of an advantage. The other thing I'll give Blasan Austin some kudos for is his overall physicality. He's a very, very violent hitter, and I think that he does a pretty decent job of containing the run from that outside cornerback position. No, if you were going to pick, some skills that a cornerback would have, that would be a little bit lower on the list, but it is something that they do need to be able to do, again, from that outside cornerback spot. So again, those are some of his advantages going into training camp. Here are some of Jamison Pinnock's. One distinct advantage that Jamison Pinnock holds over Blasan Austin is quite simply that he was drafted by Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh. Blasan Austin was drafted by the previous regime, Mike McCagnon, and it's going to be one of those situations where if there's kind of like a tie between these two players during training camp, during preseason, if they're on even footing, I don't think there's any doubt that Jamison Pinnock is going to get the nod and will hold the advantage in that circumstance. I also think that Robert Saleh fell in love with the way that Jamison Pinnock plays the game. He has a very, very fierce attitude, swagger, trash talks the players that he's opposing. And no, that doesn't necessarily give him an advantage, but I do think that he has the great mindset that if he gets burnt on a play, he's not going to go into a shell. Jamison Pinnock is very, very confident, and I think that you're going to see, Robert Saleh kind of gravitate towards players like that aren't going to give up, that aren't going to quit in a circumstance where they just may have gotten beaten on the last play. Another advantage that I think Jamison Pinnock holds in this camp battle is that he has great ball skills and he presses really, really well at the line of scrimmage. 78-inch wingspan. And again, when I'm talking about his ball skills, 18 passes defensed in the 3 seasons at Pitt, 6 interceptions. So he does get his hands on the football. And I think that's very, very important in this Saleh scheme. You know, he needs to be able to get at the line of scrimmage, to push these guys off of their routes, and then to be able to recover right after that. And again, that's the technique that he's going to need to work on to really become something in the National Football League. And again, he has the first part down. He needs to be able to work on that second part, and then we've really got something here with Jason Pinnock. So who do I predict will win this training camp battle? The answer is I believe that Blasan Austin will be the starter week 1 for the New York Jets opposite Bryce Hall. My only question is how long does he keep it? Because I do believe firmly that Jason Pinnock will overtake Blasan Austin at some point during the season. My big question is what will he do with that opportunity? Is he going to be able to capitalize when his name is called? It's going to be very, very exciting to watch this battle. Again, if Pinnock wins, it would not surprise me in the least. He's just going to need to take this job, and that's what the training camp and preseason is all about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this particular battle. Maybe another cornerback battle that you've got your mind on. Maybe it's Michael Carter II versus Javelin Guidry, battling it out for that slot cornerback position. Just go ahead and load up the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can read them. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching NYJ Today. Guys, if you could do me a favor and jet up the like button on this video, and if you're new here and you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Go Jets, and I'll see you guys next time.